just being a cunt. Look at that! Like, no, I'm not even going to use a pop filter this time. Fuck the pop filter. The NRL has such a diverse and colourful community, spreading across all states and territories, except for Western Australia, South Australia, Tasmania, Victoria, well, just New South Wales and Queensland with a little help from New Zealand. Love you, bros! Nonetheless, every franchise has a unique fan base to go along with it. And of course, you can't avoid the stereotypes. Here's what your NRL club says about you. The Broncos. You would rather die than leave your beautiful Sunshine State for anywhere else in the world. You wake up every morning screaming Queenslander as you neck your 7-4X Golds before heading down to the Caxton for another 7. You secretly keep a statue of Darren Lockyer in your attic, along with the grass from Lang Park you sniff every night. Pray to the statue 4 times a day. You firmly believe that any town in New South Wales is scum and find any excuse to bring up the 8 in a row when your club is going through a shit period. You constantly talk about how your club is the greatest fan base in the NRL. We all hate you. Canterbury Bankstown. You love aggressive, nasty, and dirty rugby league. You also won't say no to a late night manouche after your team's been beaten 40-0 at Belmore. Now, speaking of Belmore, you truly believe that ground is a spiritual haven for rugby league, and any other ground just doesn't have the atmosphere, bro. Every year is your year, apparently, and no one else can argue against it. Don't worry, little buddy. It sure is. Canberra Raiders. Nothing says Canberra more than a happy family of 4. You've never left the ACT and completely rely on Canberra milk for sustenance while gathering everyone in the lounge room for the Viking clap ritual at 6 PM. Now, you say you're Vikings, but the closest thing you territorial cunts have gotten to be a Viking is wearing that shitty $2 shop helmet when you go to home games. You completely ignore the fact you haven't won a title since 94, as 2019 counts since you were robbed. The Gold Coast Titans. The 3 of you are a happy bunch. Very much reminiscent of that corporate SpongeBob personality. Blissfully unaware of how fucked your club is. It doesn't matter though, as a night out in Surfers Paradise seemingly washes away any negative depressing thoughts as your brain chemistry resets back to 0 the following morning. You are well aware that your club won't win a premiership in your lifetime, but man, you're just happy to come along for the ride. Manly Warringah Sea Eagles. You've never left the Northern Beaches in your life, as it's just like so great, bro. Why would I leave? Frankly, you claim to be down to earth and chill as you go on about your little homely microbreweries, pretending to be part of the working class, but everyone can see through your shit. We all know you go back to your Avalon mansion after a long day pretending to be only moderately wealthy. As someone who lives in Manly, even I'm aware of it. Oh, by the way, can I show you my newest brew? It's super chill, man. The Dolphins. You're pretty much Brisbane fans in disguise. You think supporting the Dolphins is new and cool, but in reality it's a little cringe. Yeah, I get you're a new fan base and still trying to find an identity, but if I see another Fins Up post, I'm gonna throw myself off the fucking Story Bridge. The North Queensland Cowboys. Yeah, man, Townsville is great. Says a man literally standing in his own shit. If there's anything you guys love to do more than pretend you like where you're from, it's commit petty crimes or become a mediocre dairy farmer. You'd think with absolutely nothing to do up there, fans would flood the stadium out of sheer boredom, but this just isn't the case. Whether you just forgot there was a game on, or you enjoy wallowing in your own filth, we respect it. Melbourne Storm. Without even inherently doing anything, you're pretty much the most despised fan base out of everyone. As you're sipping your $300 coffee, you might just ask yourself, why? It's because you think the Storm's success is Melbourne's success, when in reality, the majority of the team consists of Queensland, New South Wales, and New Zealand or Islander players. No one cares about your 3 AM ramen city. We all hate you as well. Penrith Panthers. You wake up every morning with a raging heart on, knowing absolutely nothing can bring you down. You've officially become an NPC fan without even knowing it. Even though you're in your 30s, you still dress like Jake from Subway Surfers. Your favourite restaurant is unironically Outback Steakhouse, and you like to participate in drunken ramblings at Panthers League Club saying, oh, you could have been the next Nathan Clear if it wasn't for a knee injury. You're not fooling anyone, you were just shit. Newcastle Knights. You have passion, pride, and spirit. You would have single-handedly lifted the Pasha Bulker off its side if it meant you guys would get a top 8 finish. It hasn't been an easy run for you guys recently, and we all go through slumps, but you've done a really good job at pretending absolutely nothing happened between the years of 2014 to 2018. Alcohol's a magic thing. You're blissfully unaware that your club has the longest grand final appearance drought of any team in the modern era, as you constantly talk about how magical 1997 and 2001 were. You would definitely pay a hefty price for a night with the 8th Immortal. Parramatta Eels. You were the hardest working, non-hardest worker out there. If they gave gold medals for being mediocre humans, you guys would wash that Olympics out. There's a good chance you were born in 1968, and at any chance you get, like to chase down tourists in Parramatta to tell them how great Sterling, Price, and Kenny were. You're so used to losing, staying at the stadium long after full time isn't a sign of loyalty, which many people may think, but a time to wallow in self-pity and regret for choosing to support this club. Cronulla Sutherland Sharks. There is a good chance you didn't pass 3rd grade. I know, buddy. The teachers just don't know how to teach you. You'll get there eventually, champ. Half of you are split between wanting to support the club with everything you've got, or just giving up on the club altogether and burning the bridge that came with it. Let's be honest, the Sharks winning the 2016 Premiership was the most exciting thing to happen in Cronulla after a certain toilet incident in an Engadine McDonald's. You know it, I know it, and a nameless former Prime Minister knows it too. South Sydney Rabbitohs. You were the youngest siblings who never got their turn on the Xbox, and when you did, didn't feel like playing anymore after 5 minutes. You've binge watched all of Russell Crowe's movies, yeah, even the shit ones, as a gesture of gratitude to him for saving your club. You like to take spiritual walks out to Redfern Oval every night, where once every few months the ghost of John Sattler emerges to talk to you about great Sydney real estate. You aspire to be that pro player growing up out of the Redfern slums. No one aspires to be you though. St. George Illawarra Dragons. You're either Greek and supporting the club out of convenience, or you're from any small town south of Helensburgh. That includes you, Wollongong. You're not fooling anyone. You're delightfully optimistic when the slightest good thing goes your way. But this is always met with the inevitable depressing reality of life. You guys are the fan equivalent of socks from your nan on Christmas. You're really grateful, but you just wish you could have got something better. Never look a gift horse in the mouth, Dragons fans. Sydney Roosters. When you're not out hitting on foreign backpackers at Bondi Beach, you're shopping for white buttoned-up shirts or anything that will make your chest look big. Works for both here. You constantly critique other rich bougie towns as if it's somewhat of a competition to be a cunt. Oh, and you're totally winning, by the way. Good on ya. You play the salary sombrero comments off coolly, but you go back to your waterfront Clovelly home to cry in your pillow. It's okay though. Your mum has brought you your favorite iced latte and has even whacked some James Tedesco highlights on the telly. Life is good again. New Zealand Warriors. You are the cuddly teddy bear of the NRL. Everyone loves your community spirit and fan effervescence. You guys make us laugh, appreciate life, and even get me to contemplate watching Warriors games. There is one small issue. You guys are seriously fucking annoying when you lose. You're like the fan equivalent of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, being all jovial and jolly during the match, but criticizing any refereeing decision with hostile intent after the game. Don't get me wrong, Wise fans. We love you, but even the nice guy has a weird side we don't usually see. West's Tigers. You guys are emotionally and physically the embodiment of Gil Gunderson from The Simpsons. You're an 80-year-old in the body of a 25-year-old. The only reason no one has put you down yet is that they feel sorry for you. You're afraid of the number 9 and would give your life savings to save Leichhardt Oval. At this point, you're probably expecting to somehow finish 18th in a 17-team competition. I think it's time to cross the Rainbow Bridge, Tigers fans. Anyway, that's the summary of everything there. Please don't take this to heart. I myself am an offshore wanker, so if you want to direct hate my way, I completely agree. I don't blame you at all, but just save it till after the video and give me a little bit of a break because I need to cry. I hope you all somewhat enjoyed that complete mess of a satire. If you have any other suggestions, leave a comment below, like the video and subscribe. This is Lux and have a good one.